Hello, folks, and welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspocrypto. As you know, I'm going to provide today just usual market analysis, and tonight, so in 6.5 hours, I'm going to be online just for a quick Q&A. So it would make sense to prepare your questions before I will start to stream 30 minutes before, so 8:30 Central European Time, and afterwards I will start to read your questions and to reply to you. But I need to limit it the time, not like last week where I said 30 minutes and then we did more than 1 hour. I really need the weekends to rest a bit because the week is full of work, including crypto. So just support me, just preparing your questions. And when I start the stream on YouTube, you can make your comments there just before I start, before I go live, and the same on Discord, right? Well, then let us go and make. I'm not going to say a quick one, but yeah, I will try to make a quick analysis today. It's Saturday. Usually Saturday it's a low volume um, trading environment. So let us see if that's going to happen again. And yeah, so let us start with the wealth ratio 30 days moving average. As mentioned yesterday, look, to be honest, it looks like we are done. It really looks like we are done, and usually after that, something big should happen. You remember last time, one up, two up, third up, down, one up, two up, third time down. We will see if it's going to happen again. Could be possible. I don't know yet. I really don't know yet. But we had that always. It was always the same case, or very similar at least. One, two, three, down. But that can change a lot. So we need to be very careful. However, be ready for both sides and make your own conclusion based on the data. That's the best you can do. And it's weekend, so low volume, it's easier to move the price to both ways. So that's something we should have in mind. So the weights ratio one day lifted up and since yesterday declined a little bit, but as you see, it maintained a very high level of 52. However, I don't know if that's the reversal point. It looks like we need a little bit more patience. However, it should happen very soon in the next few days, in my opinion, to see and to let play out the Weights ratio 30 days moving average. Let us go forward and check what's happening here. That is, as you can see here, usually that's the daily version. I just wanted to zoom out just because of the stablecoin supply, what's happening here, and as you see, the stablecoin supply was lifting up, started to decline since February, and it's declining even more. Stabilize a little bit. That's always sequentials where Tether is getting some stablecoins and they burn that, but as you see, it takes some time. And we know that the terms from Tether is indicating they can be very flexible how they want to redeem the tethers. So something I don't know if we can see that here, to be honest. I don't know if CryptoQuant is taking into account also that. Centralized exchanges, as you see, we lift it up here, then it's declining. Even if it's stabilizing here again, but it maintains its trend of, it's a downward trend following the price. So, and well, that's the weights ratio, that's the 30 days moving average. That's what it's doing and indicating we had a peak here and now it's reducing. Usually something big to the downside should follow. But that's exactly the opposite of what we were seeing related to option trades. So we need to see. If we go to the 1 hour time frame, we will see that after they were pressuring, they stopped to sell pressure, and they let the weights ratio down to 80. It's lifting up again to 92, indicating they are distributing again. So it's time to be very careful, in my opinion. If we check here, and that's the stablecoin reserves on exchanges. It declined, lifting up at the moment, but also here, well, I mean, that's not, we are talking about almost 600 millions. And it doesn't look very organic, to be honest, looking like some exchanges just are refilling their stablecoin reserves. The supply is lifting up, but that's why sometimes you need to check also the daily one, because if we zoom out, we will see it's just stabilizing, but it's not really rising. And the problem is here, as you see, it stops here. If I check the 1 hour resolution, I can't see here even more. But however, if we dumped to 86 billions, we are now coming back to 68,500. So 500 million US dollars in stablecoins are coming back to the market. Not that bad, but not indicating any reversal in my opinion. Let us go forward and check the flow activity. As expected, and every weekend, the flow activity is very low, usually below of 4 digits, sorry. So here the maximum today was 475 bitcoins, but we received here mainly by the market maker almost 4,000 bitcoins. And at the same time, also our usual correlations, big outflows in stablecoins follows big inflows at the same time. That's it. That's absolutely it. So we can go forward because we don't see anything more here. Okay. I mean, we have here, yesterday evening we had 150 millions outflow in stablecoins, but at the same time 175 millions in inflows. So we have a gap of 25 millions, and these 25 millions were, in my opinion, also the reason why we lifted up afterwards and then we declined again. So buying here, selling afterwards. Doesn't does that make sense? No. But that's the market. Let us go forward. So it's the fourth time I'm going to record this chapter because my computer is, I don't know, it's just kicking my ass all the time. Funding rate. What's happening to the funding rate? First up, then down, now up. So could indicate we go up afterwards. They are demanding more longs at the moment. That's something blockchain whispers will confirm as well. Open interest declined, lifting up a little bit. It's declining again while the leverage ratio is lifting up, indicating they are just demanding more longs with leverage. Well, flows to derivative exchanges declined as expected. That's what it does on weekends. So we don't need to talk about that, to be honest. If we go forward and we can check, that's what we can see at the moment. So if we check, for example, well, I don't care about this one, but about this one and this one. While we still have more shorts related to Ethereum, we have less shorts now related to Bitcoin. And that's something that should let us flip a little bit more to bearish right now, indicating that more people are demanding longs, like the funding rate was showing us. Let us check the Kingfisher map, and hopefully my PC is not going to freeze again. So, wow. Okay, let us check what's happening here. It takes a bit. So usually when we have, I mean, we still have a lot of shorts open, 1.2 billion, but at least we can see that longs are leading. And usually that's what we happen also in our dump phase. People were always, when we dumped a little bit, they were starting to long. What happened afterwards? We dumped even more. Um, every time when we were creating or generating more shorts, we lifted up. We generated more shorts, then we lifted up even more. So that could be a sign of reversal right now where the market starts to go down again. Oh yes, please, Kingfisher, come on. Again. Yeah, that's great. I don't know what to do with Kingfisher because it takes so much time to refresh the website. Thanks. Okay, nothing has changed since yesterday. It's exactly the same as you see. Absolutely nothing changed. Absolutely nothing. A little bit, but that's. So I can imagine we will go down to 21 and 20. You remember the big option trader expecting to go down to 2021 as max? So something I can imagine would match very well. 2021, afterwards go up again to 23, start to create such kind of, well, I would say tiny trade range. Also here, FTX looks a little bit better related to the shorts, but however, also here would indicate it's exactly the same structure. We can liquidate all of them here until 20. So that part here could be the goal to liquidate them. That's it. Let us take a look to options. So let us see what's happening here. Nothing changed. I mean, the call wall at 25, the gamma wall at 25 reduced a little bit, but really, as you see, it's spreading now between 20 and 25 on both sides. So nothing big here. Gags reduced from 78 right to 32, indicating we are still more on the upside, giving us more the opportunity to decline in price, but it reduced very well. So yeah, we need to see, usually as mentioned many times, that could be the trigger for a dump phase for at least, really to go to 2021, and that's it. That's something we still need, just to track a little bit if that's going to happen more. Oh, my PC, Jesus, I need to reinstall Windows, I guess. Well, let us see what's happening here. Premium USD, bull call spreads, 800, bear diagonal spread, one. So they are still doing the same all the time. Not really bullish, not really bearish, indicating, well, we can go a little bit more, but that's just so okay. So as you know, the bull call spread is a strategy when you are expecting a gradual price rise in Bitcoin. So it's usually, you know, not indicating something big. The maximum profit you can realize here is if Bitcoin is at or above the strike price of the short call at expiration. That's it. Okay, so if we take a look here to the last ones, it's for July, 22nd, 22nd. Okay, it's everything from yesterday. And if we take a look, 23.5, 23.5, 23.5, 23.5, 23, 26, 26. So it looks bullish. That one looks bullish for August, and for July something I'm absolutely not convinced. But we also have in mind that option trading, that's why option trading is, in my opinion, becoming one of the most important asset to trade, because you can always change your strategy. You can always, you know, react to the market. I have mentioned when the price action is bullish, if you see that they are not pushing very hard to the downside, that let also option traders, of course, place more calls. The thing is, and that's the main point, is always to find the trade, the one and biggest trade, and that's, in my opinion, the key. Short term, big in premium, and if it's possible, also not related to another different trade. That's the most difficult part to track that. However, that's it. I mean, we don't see anything else. We can go, for example, to activity to see if we can find anything there. Yeah, for next year. Who cares? Next year. And puts 22.5 will be the next one. 23k is still our max pain, our general max pain. And if we take a look here, they are selling a lot of calls 24k. And yeah, also a lot of calls 25k, but at the same time buying them. The biggest are calls. So what's about puts? Also puts 22k, and of course puts 15k, they are selling them. Instead here buying puts calls 40k. In my opinion, it's just a change in sentiment and that's it. Let us see for the next expiries what they are buying at the moment. The biggest one are puts 23k. That's what they are indicating. Also puts 22.5, puts 22k. That's it. Well, that's fine. Indicating also would match very well to the option trade yesterday. Let us go forward. So we are checking the CBDs now with 30 minutes time frame, and we see that FTX keeps distributing aggregated spot CBDs, also indicating distribution, futures indicating shorting, and well, Bitcoin collateral maintains negative. That's really crazy. If we check here, that's Coinbase. They reduce, they maintain at the moment. I would even say they're lifting up a little bit and matches very well to the aggregated. If we take a look to Binance, Binance is not selling at all. A little bit, but just really a little bit. Nothing big at the moment. Bitfinex doing exactly the same. I'm not sure if they are waiting for something or they don't want to sell, expecting an upper price level. If we check here, funding rate, you remember, declined a little bit, lifted up, declined, lifted up, and declined even more. So right now, if you check the price, lifted up, declined, lifted up, declining. So that's the question with a rising open interest indicating they are demanding more shorts at the moment. Um, we need to see. Maybe they want to accumulate shorts before they want to go up. So something we should have in mind. Let us go forward and check what MM entities are doing. As you see here, 3,145 bitcoins. That matches very well to our flow activity from yesterday. As you remember, we detected almost 3,000 bitcoins in flow to centralized exchanges, and that was from market maker entities. If we check now, we can go here, we can see the market maker entities reduced their balances once again. If they reach now 4,940,000 bitcoins, that's incredible. That's really incredible and indicating the bottom is not in my opinion. Um, if I'm wrong, then just because we are changing in rules. So if we go up, only up, next bull run, whatever, and these guys are not accumulating, I need to. I will struggle if then it's not time to sell everything. Because in my opinion, these guys, just because of their trade behavior, just because of the analysis I did last year, and these guys are still the best in trade behavior. They are the best. And they are only reducing balances. Only reducing balances. And I have mentioned in the past as well, while I don't like to see that. They are not generating fake rallies, accumulating at the same time. They are not doing it. It's straight down. I mean, if we check here, that was July 3rd. They had 5,080,000 bitcoins. And now they have 4,940,000. That's huge. And of course, we have some. These guys are not accumulating. These guys are really just buying, selling, buying, selling. These guys were accumulating right now. I don't know why they are not accumulating anymore. I really don't know. And retailers are the only ones that are really buying. These guys are just has a very neutralized net flow. And that's it. That's really it. Only this year, as you see, it lifted up by, let us check, 20,000 bitcoins. So usually, if you see these entities lifting up and balances, as we know that we only have 90, almost 90 wallets related to this entity, and almost 80% of all these wallets are linked to exchanges, if not even more. When their balances rise by 20,000, you can say almost that exchanges receive 20,000 bitcoins. I mean, doesn't say that they are sending those 20,000 bitcoins to exchanges to sell, because we know they can use derivative exchanges. That's something we need to track then. But at the moment, let us see. We didn't receive any big flow activity in the last few hours to derivative exchanges. So maybe even OTC. And if that's OTC, it's not going to be very cool for the market price. Okay, then let us go forward. So let us see what's happening. Let us start as usual with Coinbase. Coinbase still limiting to the upside, but nothing to the downside. The next one would be 20K, the next big one. BTC Perpetual to Deribit, also limiting to the upside, but also limiting to the downside. So 21.8 and 23.3. In my opinion, they will maintain again a tiny trade range. So in my opinion, enjoy your weekend. I don't think something is going to happen today. Usually it happens from Saturday to Sunday or even from Sunday to Monday. So something you should have in mind. Bitstamp is indicating we reached their local bottom at 22.1. Nothing big to the upside, just at 24.5. Binance Spot. Also here, as you see, some walls not big in volume, indicating here they want to limit it to the upside. Matches very well to Coinbase, matches very well to Deribit, and so on and so forth. And also here to the downside. Now that's the only big volume one at 28,000. Bitfinex Spot. Next one 26. But nothing here. FTX Perp. Well, I would say they don't want to let the price go more down, but everything depends on volume, so we need to see, right? At least that doesn't look like it. Just taking into account these exchange here, I would say we will go more up from here than to the downside. But why block liquidity here? Kraken spot limiting at 23 and 25 and 21, and also very close to the current price 22. Bitmax still at 25 and 20, and here at 22. Well, let us check Binance Futures, indicating the same like FTX, more to the downside and volume than to the upside. Looks exactly the same. Let us check again. Look. Wow, let us make just a screenshot. We can do that just next, and I can post that on Twitter. It looks so similar. Also here, indicating, wow, a lot of volume here related. Looks like a little bit like a fight, to be honest. At 22, 21, 21, no, 21, 22, wow, and a lot, so Bitfinex derivatives, only here at 26, Kraken futures, FTX spot, nothing. FTX spot, that was, it seems, spoofing. That was just spoofing. But also here at the moment, you know, pushing the price down, pushing the price up. It maintains here, as you see. It's not happening. Nothing is happening. I mean, look, that's like they press the break or pause button. Check the volume. Nothing is happening there. It seems nobody is trading. What the hell? Now, a little bit. 0.01 Bitcoin. Oh my god. I mean, how can FTX make money with that? Let us check. That's FTX spot. Let us check Binance spot. What's happening there? We can see that here. I hope you can see that as well. Let me make here. You can see that here. Almost nothing. Mm, wow. Well, but it's Saturday. I mean, it's fine. It's time to rest a little bit. Well, that's it, to be honest. As nothing big have changed, I don't think it's necessary to make a personal conclusion. You know me, and many of you are asking me for a personal conclusion. And to be honest, everything depends a little bit of the next big move, right? So, um, if you want to trade that, I don't think that's something tradable. To be honest, I would wait until tomorrow and see if something is going to happen. They will try to liquidate late futures, long, shorts, whatever. So, in my opinion, I don't know if that makes sense to trade that. And we need to see tomorrow what's going to happen if they remove some walls, if we have a solid direction, and that's it. That's absolutely it. I mean, we know they are limiting the way down to 2021. We know yesterday we have seen option traders also expecting, and they were bullish traders, expecting they see short-term decline in price to 2021 and then lift up to 23 and maybe even above. So that matches very well to what I'm seeing at the moment, you know. Um, and yeah, I mean that's it. Let us see what's going to happen this weekend. In my opinion, weekends are always not predictable. So enjoy your time, enjoy your weekend. Let us talk this in few hours. I will announce my stream in advance, and as mentioned, 30 minutes before I will start my stream so you can place your questions, and then afterwards we will talk about your questions for then the next 30 minutes. So, have a nice Saturday. Big love from Inspo. Bye bye. See you later.